The Silent Warrior, Maya Johnson's Revolution at Roosevelt High. The metallic clang of locker doors echoed to the crowded hallway of Roosevelt High as Dylan Martinez, captain of the football team, shoved Maya Johnson. "Hey, Serena Williams, where's your racket?" he sneered, his voice cutting to the lunchtime chatter. Over 50 students stopped, eager for the spectacle. 17-year-old Maya, fresh from an inner-city school, never imagined her first day would be free entertainment. She'd known this new environment would be different, but not this brutal. "Check it out, guys," Dylan continued, turning to his audience. "Looks like someone got lost on their way out of the ghetto." His friends' forced laughter followed, a desperate attempt to impress their leader. But Maya wasn't shrinking. She was counting. 1, 2, 3, deep breaths, a technique she'd honed 2 years ago when boxing became her outlet for the anger following her father's death. Her eyes remained fixed on the floor, not from fear, but from focus. "What? You don't know how to speak English?" taunted Madison Pierce, the school's most popular girl, recording every moment on her phone. "Or do you only know how to speak? What is it you speak where you come from?" Maya slowly raised her head, her gaze meeting Dylan's. For a fleeting second, something unreadable passed between them. He blinked first, confused by the absolute calm in her eyes, like looking into deep, serene water with a powerful current beneath. "Excuse me," Maya said softly, her voice carrying a faint accent she'd worked years to soften. "Were you talking to me?" The crowd laughed again, convinced they had broken her. But Jessie Chun, a quiet Asian girl who always ate alone, noticed something different. Maya's posture wasn't submissive. It was assessing, calculating, waiting. Dylan moved closer, his hot breath on her face. "Listen here, ghetto princess. Here's how it works. People like you keep quiet, keep your head down, and don't cause any trouble. Got it?" "People like me," Maya repeated, savoring each word, a small, humorless smile touching her lips. "What kind of person do you think I am, Dylan?" His name surprised him. How did she know it? They'd never been introduced. And why did she seem so controlled? The kind that will learn to respect, he snapped, pushing her again. This time, Maya moved with a push, a smooth, almost dance-like motion that surprised Dylan. He stumbled slightly. A quick flashback. Coach Rodriguez, 3 months ago. "Maya, you have the potential to be special. Not just technically, but here." He'd tapped his chest. "You fight with your heart, but also with your head. That will take you far." Madison stopped recording. "Guys, she's being weird. Like, why isn't she crying?" "Maybe she's," suggested Kevin Walsh, Dylan's best friend. "I mean, look where she came from." Maya closed her eyes for a moment. 7, 8, 9 breaths. When she opened them, a cold determination shone in her gaze, causing some students to instinctively step back. "Are you guys done?" she asked, adjusting her backpack strap. "Because I have chemistry class in 5 minutes. And contrary to what you might think, I actually care about my education." The simple, direct answer sliced through the charged atmosphere. This wasn't the reaction they expected. Where were the tears? The desperation? The submission that would confirm their assumptions? Dylan felt his authority slipping. "You're going to regret talking to me like that," he whispered, low enough only for her to hear. "I make people's lives hell when they don't respect me." "I'm sure you do," Maya replied, meeting his eyes again. "But the question is, have you ever met someone who came from hell and then lived to tell the story?" The hallway fell eerily quiet. Even Madison stopped filming, sensing a shift. Students began whispering, confused. Maya started to walk away, then stopped and turned back. "Oh, Dylan," she said. He stared, still processing. "Thanks for the welcome." It was educational. As she walked, her steps were measured, controlled, with a feline grace. Jessie Chun watched, fascinated, noting Maya's relaxed shoulders but subtly closed hands, not fists, but something more prepared. The next morning, Maya discovered public humiliation was just the beginning. Madison's video, captioned "New Girl Learning the Rules Faced with Tears of Joy hashtag Welcome to Roosevelt hashtag Know Your Place," had gone viral, accumulating 342 likes and comments that burned like acid. She got back to where she belongs real quick. LOL, she won't last a week. Maya slid her finger across the screen, memorizing every username, every cruel comment. In her red notebook, she meticulously wrote, Day 2, coordinated cyberbullying, evidence, screenshots attached. During break, Dylan and his gang took the table next to hers in the cafeteria. Hey guys, look at this, he said loudly. Our celebrity is here. How many views does your video have, Maya? You must be proud of your fame. Jessie Chun watched Maya from 2 tables away. There was something about her relaxed shoulders, controlled breathing, and alert, calm eyes that didn't fit someone being bullied. She looked more like someone studying. Dylan, Maya said without looking up from her chemistry book, have you ever wondered why you need an audience to feel brave? The silence was deafening. Kevin almost choked on his soda. Madison stopped recording Snapchat. The question had struck a hidden vulnerability. Watch your mouth, he growled, standing. You still don't understand how things work around here. Maya finally looked at him. Dylan flinched involuntarily at the cold, calculating, dangerous look in her eyes. The same look his father had when he was about to lose control. Actually, Maya said, slowly closing her book, I understand perfectly. You rule through fear, because it's easier than earning genuine respect. You use social power as a crutch because alone, you're just an insecure kid who learned that hurting others hurts less than dealing with your own wounds. The cafeteria was silent. Even the staff stopped cleaning. No one talked to Dylan Martinez like that. You'll regret this, Kevin menaced. Possibly, Maya admitted, tucking her book into her backpack. But you'll regret something, too. The difference is I chose my regret consciously. As she stood, Dylan grabbed her arm. His grip was possessive, controlling. Maya looked at his hand, then into his eyes. Take your hand off. Or what? Dylan squeezed harder. A flashback. Her father's funeral, 3 years ago. He died of lung cancer at 42. Coach Rodriguez, a giant black man with calloused hands and kind eyes, had told her mother, Your daughter is angry, Mrs. Johnson. Anger can destroy a person, or it can forge a warrior. The choice is hers. Maya had chosen to be a warrior. Take your hand off me, she repeated, her voice still calm, but charged. Dylan felt the muscles in her arm tense, not from fear, but from preparation. The force with which she broke free surprised him. It wasn't violent. It was technical, a small, precise movement that broke his grip with apparent ease. Dylan stared at his hand, confused. How did you? Self-defense. Maya explained casually. My mom signed me up after some boys tried to mug me. You understand how it is, right? Black girls from the projects need to know how to defend themselves. Madison frowned. Self-defense doesn't teach that. Maya smiled for the first time. You're right. Basic self-defense doesn't teach that. But I didn't say I did basic self-defense. That afternoon in gym class, the standard uniform revealed Maya's subtly sculpted arms. Not exaggerated, but clearly defined from years of purposeful training. Dylan noticed, too, watching her precise movements and quick reflexes during volleyball. When the ball flew toward her, she didn't just defend it. She controlled it with surgical precision. It looked like luck, but Dylan was beginning to suspect nothing about Maya Johnson was luck. After class, he followed her to the lockers. You're not who you seem to be, are you? No one is who they seem to be, Dylan, Maya replied, efficiently changing. That's the first rule of survival. Survival? He laughed nervously. What kind of life did you have that you had to learn to survive? Maya stared at him. The kind of life where you learn that there are 2 kinds of people. Those who protect the weak and those who exploit them. And you learn to recognize the difference very quickly. And which kind are you? I'm still deciding, Maya replied, closing her locker. But I know exactly which kind you are. That night at the underground gym, Coach Rodriguez adjusted her bandages as Maya recounted the day's events. They're testing you, he said. They want to see how far they can push you before you break. I won't break. I know, but the question is, will you reveal yourself? Coach Rodriguez looked her in the eyes. Maya, you have 15 consecutive wins on the underground circuit. You've knocked out men twice your weight. But your greatest power isn't your physical strength. It's that no one suspects what you're capable of. Maya nodded. Keep the secret for now. But if they escalated beyond verbal intimidation, he didn't need to finish. They both knew Maya had promised her father she would never be a victim again. The next morning, Maya found her locker covered in red graffiti. Go back to the ghetto. Students took pictures. Dylan appeared, feigning surprise. Wow, that's too bad. Who did that? His friends' loud laughter confirmed their guilt. Maya touched the damn paint. You know, she said thoughtfully, red is an interesting color. It symbolizes passion, power, and danger. Really? Dylan leaned closer. To me, it just symbolizes that you're learning your lesson. Maya turned to him, a smile that didn't reach her eyes. The only lesson I'm learning is that some people confuse patience with weakness. And when they find out the difference... She paused. Well, it's usually too late for them. Every humiliation fueled a cold, calculated determination within her. Every insult, shove, and moment of contempt was meticulously documented in the red notebook. On Wednesday, Maya arrived early to find Jessie Chun cleaning her locker. You don't have to do that, Maya said softly. But Jessica shook her head. I know what it's like to be different here. Dylan made my life hell in freshman year until I became invisible. But you're not becoming invisible. You're doing something different. What kind of different? Maya studied Jessica. Yesterday, when Dylan grabbed you and you broke free, my dad taught me some basic self-defense. That wasn't basic. For the first time in days, Maya genuinely smiled. Where is your family from? Korea. My father was a boxer before he immigrated. He always said he could tell a fighter by the way they move. Jessica finished cleaning. You're a fighter, aren't you? Maya paused. Self-defense. My mom put me in classes when we moved here. Classes where... Why do you want to know? Jessica showed a small scar on her wrist. Because Dylan has you marked as his top target. When he does that, things escalate. He doesn't stop until he breaks you completely. Just then, Dylan appeared with Kevin and Madison. Seeing Jessica, his face contorted. It was just a joke. A joke? Maya opened her laptop. Let's see what Thomas thought. The screen showed a video of Thomas Miller, now 19, in a professional studio. My name is Thomas Miller. Dylan Martinez and his friends turned my life into hell. When I heard he was doing the same thing to Maya Johnson, I wanted to help. Dylan was pale. Where did this come from? Thomas majored in psychology and works in suicide prevention, Maya replied. He contacted me 3 weeks ago, offering his help. The video continued. Maya Johnson isn't just a transfer student. She's an undefeated state champion with 15 consecutive wins on the underground circuit. But more importantly, she's never bowed down to bullies. Kevin tried to close the laptop, but Maya stopped him with such a quick movement that he stumbled. The most interesting part, Maya said calmly, is that I didn't have to lie about anything. You assumed I was weak because I'm black and new to school. Madison was crying. Our lives are over. Your lives are over? Maya stood up. Thomas almost had his life literally ended. How many lives did you think you could destroy without consequences? Dylan tried to regain control. You can't prove I did anything wrong now. Maya smiled coldly. Dylan, do you really think I didn't document every second? She opened a folder with organized timestamps. Monday, physical assault. Tuesday, coordinated cyberbullying. Wednesday, racial intimidation. But here's the best part. You did all of this knowing I was recording because you thought a girl like me would never have the courage to fight back. You can't use that. It's illegal to record without consent. Not in public areas of the school, a new voice said. Everyone turned to see Principal Washington with 2 men in suits and a prosecutor. Mr. Martinez, the principal said formally, you are suspended. The police want to ask you questions about the Thomas Miller case, and there is new evidence of systematic bullying. Dylan looked around desperately. This is absurd. She set me up? Yes, Maya agreed simply. I planned it. I documented every crime, contacted every victim. collected every piece of evidence you were too arrogant to hide. The difference is that I used the truth. The prosecutor approached. Mr. Martinez, we have evidence of a pattern that constitutes criminal harassment, cyberbullying, and possibly hate crimes. Madison sobbed. Maya, please, we can talk. We know we were terrible. Maya looked at her with almost pity. Madison, you had 3 years to choose change. You chose to escalate the cruelty. Some actions have permanent consequences. As Dylan was escorted away, he turned one last time. You think you're better than us, but you're just a bully. Maya met his eyes and replied clearly, the difference, Dylan, is that I use my strength to protect people who can't protect themselves. You used it to hurt those trying to survive. That doesn't make us the same. It makes us opposites. When the commotion died down, Jessica approached. How did you know it would work? Maya closed her laptop. People like Dylan always make the same mistake. They assume that physical strength is all that matters. They never consider knowledge, patience, fairness, and the ability to turn pain into purpose. Coach Rodriguez appeared, nodding approvingly. How do you feel? I don't feel joy. It's not revenge. It's making sure he can never do this to anyone else. And showing everyone that people like us don't have to accept being treated like less than human. 6 months later, Maya stood on stage in the Roosevelt High Auditorium, holding the Student of the Year award, as the entire school gave her a standing ovation. Her mother cried with pride. This award isn't just mine, Maya said into the microphone. It's for all the students who chose to protect each other instead of hurting each other. Jessica Chun, now president of the school's anti-bullying club, smiled. Thomas Miller had flown in, recording everything. Dylan Martinez was across town, completing 400 hours of community service. Expelled from Roosevelt, rejected by colleges, he worked at a homeless shelter, finding genuine satisfaction in helping. Madison Pierce, her reputation crumbled, was in therapy, confronting her demons. Roosevelt High had become a national model for combating bullying, with a system where students like Maya trained others to recognize and combat injustice. The best part, Maya explained to a documentary, wasn't destroying Dylan. It was showing that people like us never had to accept being treated like we were less than. The video of Maya receiving her award surpassed 5 million views. At graduation, Maya was valedictorian. Some of you know my story about revenge and justice. But what I want you to remember is not how you punish those who hurt you. It's how you choose to use your strength to build something better. Dylan, granted permission to attend, applauded, tears streaming down his face. Maya, you saved me from becoming a monster forever. Dylan, you always had a choice about what kind of person you wanted to be. I just made it harder for you to choose the bad version. Maya had learned the most important lesson. The best revenge isn't destroying your enemies. It's building a world where people like them can't thrive by hurting the vulnerable. When you turn pain into purpose, you don't just win, you inspire a revolution. The girl underestimated for being black and from the suburbs had become living proof that some people are born to be leaders who show others how to refuse to accept the unacceptable.